Hello YouTube. How's it going today? So, today's plan is I got a new power steering hose for my truck because it is leaking like a sieve. I got a set of brake clips, brake grease. Then I got a set of blocks and U-bolts. I need to replace the ones on the back of my truck because they're kind of rigged up and I don't like them. But power steering leak. Truck's only been sitting here for about 5 minutes. We'll get the new hose put on. The hose will take a little bit, but I'm going to jack up the front end, get it on jack stands. That way, well, get up on jack stands, get the wheels off so I can reach in through the driver's side and reach the hose easier. I don't know if you've ever done the power steering hoses on these. They're not terrible, but if you go through the fender well, you have a lot more access, especially if you got a diesel. And then when I'm done with the hose, I'll refill the system and get the brake clips done. I need to replace, on the passenger side, my caliper is missing one bolt, so that is not good. You only have two that hold it in. So I'm going to replace both of them because I'm sure that one is stressed from being there by itself. I don't know how long it's been like that, at least a few months I'm sure. But I just discovered it the other day. That's about it. Okay, so the top bolt was missing to hold the caliper on, and it rubbed on the caliper. The rotor rubbed on the caliper a little, but I don't think there's any damage other than a little scarring. So, got the new brake clips. It's only a $14 kit. I also got new rubbers to put on these sliders. I'll get them put on here in a minute. Yeah, that's where we're at now. These clips just press into place, top and bottom. Let's see how we did. Whoops. Wrong one. Tight fit, but that's how it's supposed to be. That way your brake pads don't move. Ta-da. Slide the back in place. And now the brake pads don't wiggle when they're sitting in an idle position. Should be able to slide the caliper right back on because I didn't put new pads on, so it's the same thickness. Well, there we go. Okay, now I'm gonna go put the new rubbers in. Well, take this back off, put the new rubbers in. We'll start on the other side. The big thing on these clips is they keep your pads from prematurely wearing because they keep them in place when you're going down the road and you're not using your brakes. And it really is a quick job. The last clips, when I changed them, were fucked up and the new pads didn't come with clips. They usually do, but I got these drilled and slotted rotors and a good set of pads, but for some reason pads didn't come with new clips. So I've been riding around without them for a few months, and it's time to get that taken care of. Hose is out. Pay attention when you order your new kit. Usually your O-rings are not installed. They're usually in a bag. So pay attention to that. I've seen kids put them on and go, holy shit, it's leaking like a motherfucker. Well, forgot to put the O-rings on, kiddo. Well, it was easier to go from the bottom, so I didn't pull the inner fender. Since it's got a 6-inch lift, I was able to reach up from underneath and get the hose off of the pump. Now I need to get the hose off the box and replace the whole thing. You gotta make sure and pay attention to the orientation and layout of that metal piece, because that is why this one started to leak. It rubbed up against the frame. Can't really see where without it being pressurized, but anyways, it rubbed a hole in this line. I'm not sure how. Maybe my fat ass stepped on it when I was working on the motor one day or something. And if you're gonna do any freaking line work, get a damn line wrench set. They're handy. I gotta go crawl underneath and see if I can get the back hooked up down in there. Well, got the back on finally. Took me like 45 minutes. The front was like 5 minutes. Got it filled with power steering fluid. Got it started. And now I'm a goddamn mess. So I'm gonna go clean up just a little bit, grab something to eat, and then I'm gonna come out and work on the U-bolts and blocks for the rear end. We'll be back in a bit. Well, got a little food in my belly. Got a little cleaned up, changed into a different hoodie so I don't smell like goddamn steering fluid. Now we're going to get front tires put back on, get it off the jack stands. Then we're going to jack up the rear and see about getting the U-bolts changed out and some new lift blocks tossed in. Because what's in there is just a damn mess. I don't like it. And the bolts are a little twisted and rusty, and just time to do something new. Okay, got the U-bolts off. You can see there, somebody added a fucking like overload, but in between the leaf springs. When it comes to doing leaf spring shit, it can be a pain in the butt by yourself, but a little ratchet strap is easy to pull it all into place. Make sure you got everything straight before you slide it in. Release the jack. I got a jack stand underneath the axle. I'm just jacking on the leaf springs. This takes pressure off. Bam. What's in it? Oh crap, there's a washer on there. I have to take that washer off. Well, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, the new U-bolts have smaller nuts. Same size threads on the inside, but smaller nut on the outside. Perfect. Okay. Well, there she is. Hell of a lot better and a lot safer than the setup that was on there. Well, I just ran a tape measure from the top of the tire to the bottom of the fender, and it's just over 8 inches. On the other side, it's just under 10, so I'm losing about 1.5 inches going from that fucking mess to this, which is fine with me because it'll ride better and it'll be safer. I got a son and 2 stepkids, so safety is a priority. Well, let's get this side done, and I'm done for the day. Thank God. Oh man, I got so much cleaning up to do out here as soon as all this snow melts and it warms up the rest of the way. Yeah, this side's just as big a clusterfuck as the other side was. It is not safe at all. I'm glad I got new hardware. Let's get her done. After about 3 straight minutes of impacting on each individual nut, it never moved. Not the slightest. So, Milwaukee to the rescue. Got them cut off. Now it's time to separate this stuff and put it back together the right way. See how it goes. Ta-da! I don't know about you guys, but I feel a lot safer with that setup over that shit. Good Lord, it's a wonder I drove it this long. Been there for 3 years or more. I suppose. Finish tightening a few things up, throw the tire and wheel on, take her for a test drive, see if she holds together. Hopefully I'll get a video thrown together soon. God, she's an ugly truck, but I love her. Here's the aftermath of a couple cans of Dollar General spray paint on the front bumper. Ooh. Looks better, I suppose. Still want to build a different bumper because that one's uglier than sin. But thanks for watching. Check back in later. Holy crap. I'm gonna have to wash up again, second time today. Okay. Got all that taken care of. After doing a few more measurements, I only lost an inch of height, which is fine because I gained a hell of a lot more safer ride. Here's everything I took out. And this truck's a 06 Chevy Silverado. I bought it 3 years ago with less than 80,000 miles, had a salvage title. I got it for 11,000. That was like four or five under book value at the time with the salvage title, which makes sense. But anyways, it's a good running truck. Has a nice shifting transmission. No leaks now. True dual exhaust. Catalytic converters only. No mufflers. No glass packs. Let me start it up for you guys can hear it. And then I gotta go pick up my stepdaughter from school. Woo. Little cackly when it's cold. The cackle goes away a little when it warms up. But anyways, I am done for the day. I'm gonna pick up both cameras. I'm gonna go in the house and I'm gonna wash up so I don't embarrass my stepdaughter when I pick her up at school, because I don't know how she'd feel about this. She's kind of a princess. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If not, sorry. I'll try harder next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.